I don't know what day it is. What is maybe the 25th, I think. I think today's the 25th of September 2021. So this is probably the last chicken video I'll make for the year. But after 4 years, I finally finished my coop in all its glory. So I built this last year. That's the extended coop. I figure I was going to have to expand because I was going to end up with more birds. So I built that last year with one eye. Well, I've had one eye. I've only had one working eye for a year, so I guess I've built most of this with one eye. And down here, these are greenhouse panels on hinges all the way down so I can open and close it. And it does two things. It stops it from looking like crap because I had to keep it covered with plastic for the winter. Now I can just open and close it. Each one has got another ventilation flap all the way down. And these overhead branches that shed these pine needles, they now will fall and go off to the side so I can rake it up. And by putting this underneath here, the chickens have a place to run and hide to when birds of prey show up. So it's officially done. This is the run here. So I have plenty of room and space for them all now when they're not running the yard. And I've got to clean up, but I step back and that's what it looks like. Plenty of ventilation, and it's all connected to my fence, my privacy fence in the back. So there we go. Kind of low tech, but it works. And then there's my original coop there. And then we'll go over here. And my pigeons are on the right here. Everything is fenced off to keep things from... Doesn't stop anything from breaking in at night, but I'm not worried about that because the birds are locked up and they're safe. And this functions for two things. I can always tell if I've had a climbing predator, usually a raccoon, because these things will be bent down. This will be bent down. If a raccoon was cruising around up there, that's what I look for. So every day, like this, they'll bend this part of the wire when they crawl up here. So I keep the top bowed. I keep it bowed, and in the morning I check, and if this thing is pulled down from the weight of a raccoon, I know a raccoon was up here. So that's how I kind of keep track. That's how I know that there's something around. So anyway, you just go down here all the way, and hey guys, this door here goes out and goes down. It runs the length of my property as a chicken tunnel. So, and it's enclosed. And if I don't want them going out, I just close and I lock it. So, and I use screws for everything because I got screws everywhere. It's just easier to use screws for everything. So, yeah. So there's my completed, and this is, you know, my privacy fence here. And I could never use this area because it was covered. It's shaded all the time and covered in pine needles. Blue spruce needles specifically, and what a pain in the butt. So now, in this area I just sweep with a broom. And I probably need to go through it again. But my dogs were getting pine needles stuck on their feet constantly, and I couldn't use this part of my property because of all these pine trees. You see these pine trees? These spruce trees? The needles that they shed are sharp. They killed the grass. And it was always shaded under there, killed the grass, never could do anything with it. They're not my trees, they're my neighbor's trees. So I took care of that. I solved the issue. I made the space usable for my liking. And I don't know if that'll ever increase the property value, but I'm happy with it. So those panels are very expensive. That's why I didn't all do it all at once. I had to do things in stages. So now I'm completely set for the winter. I don't have to worry about snow blowing in. I don't have to worry about any of this stuff anymore. And push comes to shove, if I ever don't have chickens, I have one extremely large shed. So much for that. And I can walk around in there and not bump my head. That was a big deal. So anyway, there's the tour of my coop. And, you know, there's Lacey. Lacey was a baby back in February. That's Lacey there. That's House Shoes. There's Aslan. Doing what Aslan usually does. He's looking for orangey red because orangey red is crowing. And that's Speckled Egg. That's one of the young roosters that's got to go. That young hen's got to go. This one that's what happens when a rooster has a favorite hen and likes to mount her a lot. That's what their back will end up looking like. So, and there's some of the beehives, and the chickens don't bother the bees. And we do have a new rabbit, by the way. I don't think we've shown her. We have a new rabbit. My buddy Paul affectionately calls her Blackie Hop-Hop. Yeah, she's pretty cool. She's a pretty cool rabbit, and she's the newest kid on the block. She's really pretty cool, and she likes to be out running the yard too. But because there's red-tailed hawks running around, I don't like to do that so much. But I'll let her in to run. If I move this. See this hole here? There's a ramp that goes down here. Last time I let her, you can't see it, there's a big hole there. Last time I let her down there, she's starting to dig a hole underneath the shed, underneath the foundation of the shed, and I said, oh, I can't do that. But she did that in the course of just a couple hours. So, and then there's the hole that goes into the shed. So, yeah, I've had rabbits since I was a kid. I've always liked rabbits. And this rabbit was a rescue. She was a rescue. And I didn't want somebody rescued her, and I took her because they have a hard time getting rid of large rabbits because people keep rabbits and pets in homes, and they want the little tiny cute ones. I don't like little rabbits. I like big rabbits. I say if you're going to have a rabbit, have a big one. But she's really tame, really friendly, good rabbit. She's litter box trained, but all rabbits are litter box trained. Doesn't matter. They crap and they piss in a corner. You just put a litter box in a corner. You can probably see it there, which is not necessarily, it doesn't need it because everything falls through these things. So, rabbits have really good manure for a garden. In case anybody's wondering, that's what everything here, all the waste generated from all these animals goes into my garden. It gets composted and goes into the garden. So, all right, you got water, so we're good. Yeah, so here's Blackie Hop-Hop. All right, that's probably done for the chickens in the yard for the most part, probably for this year. My next thing is to get all the reptiles put away for the winter. Till next time.